Hey everybody, just wanted to bring everybody up to date on something that's going on in China right now. So let's look at this. Let's look at my phone. The social credit system. It's a national repudiation system being developed by the Chinese government. The program initiated regional trials in 2009 before launching a national pilot with 8 credit score ratings in 2014. In 2018, these efforts were centralized under the People's Bank of China, with participation from 8 firms. By 2020, it is intended to standardize the assessment of citizens, businesses, economic and social repudiation or social credit. The system will be one unified system. There will be a single system, be a single system-wide social credit score for each citizen and business. The system is considered a form of mass surveillance, which uses facial recognition system and big data analysis and technology. In 2019, it is estimated that 200 million monitoring CCTV cameras of the Skynet network have been put to use in mainland China, with 8 Chinese cities ranked among the world's top 10 most monitored cities, while the number of surveillance cameras is expected to reach 626 million by 2020, when the social credit system becomes fully effective. Now, by 2018, some of the restrictions have been placed on citizens, which what state-owned media described as the first step towards creating a nationwide social credit system. As of November 2019, in addition to dishonest and fraudulent financial behavior, other behavior that some cities have officially listed as negative factors of credit ratings, including playing loud music, eating in rapid transits, violating traffic rules such as jaywalking and red light violations, failure to appear at a doctor or dentist appointment, or missing a job interview, restaurant reservations, or hotel reservations without making notification to cancel, failing to correctly sort personal waste, fraudulently using other people's public transportation ID cards, etc. On the other hand, behavior listed as positive factors of credit rating includes donating blood, donating to charity, volunteering for community services, and so on. As of June 2019, according to National Development and Reform Commission of China, 26.82 million air tickets as well as 5.96 million high-speed rail tickets have been denied to people who were deemed untrustworthy. And 4.37 million untrustworthy people have been chosen to fulfill their duties required by law in general. It takes 2 to 5 years to be removed from the blacklist, but early removal is also possible if the blacklisted person has done enough remedies. Certain personal information of the blacklisted people is deliberately made accessible to the society and is displayed online, as well as various public venues such as movie theaters, buses, as well, while some cities has also banned children of untrustworthy residents from attending private schools and even universities. On the other hand, people with high credit ratings may receive rewards such as less waiting time at hospitals, governmental agencies, discounted hotels, greater likelihood of receiving employment offers, and so on. Supporters of the credit system claim that the system helps regulate social behavior and improve the quality of life and promote moral values, while critics of the system claim that it oversteps the rule of law and infringes on legal rights of residents and organizations, especially the right to repudiation, the right to privacy, as well as the personal dignity, and the system may be a tool for comprehensive government surveillance and suppression of a dissident from the Communist Party of China. The critics also question the idea that being under constant surveillance is necessary necessarily analytical to any possible quality of life. Yeah. So one of the main people that are doing this, that are helping them, is Google. Google is creating a system over there, a search engine for China to stop the people from searching out, from stopping people from seeing what's really going on. And doesn't it sound familiar? Look at what Facebook, look at what Google, look at what Twitter, look at what all these other sites that are doing. Look at some of the laws they're trying to pass. Facial recognition, that's the biggest thing that these guys want to use it. And over in California right now, in New York City, and all these other big cities, they're stating that this will keep you safe. This will do this, this will do that. And this is not just a Democratic thing. This is far from just a Democratic thing. This has been through George Bush Sr. This has been through Bill Clinton. This has been through Bush W. This has also been through Obama. And we just continue to allow it to happen. Like, oh, it's okay, it's okay. What is the NSA? What is the CIA? You don't think they're watching you? I mean, we have a guy hiding out right now, Snowden, who basically said everything that they were doing. Yet we want to keep involving ourselves in all these social media stuff. Keep putting our name online, keep putting ourselves out there. We want to get smart TVs with cameras. We don't think those cameras are going to turn on. Well, they've already proven that these cameras are watching you. They've already proven that these cameras record you. There was also a murder investigation that had the Alexa turn on and record everything that the guy was that the murderer was doing, and they use it for evidence. So that just shows you that it's being recorded. It's also shown you that Google has also apologized, and Amazon has also apologized for having recorded conversations that people were having without them knowing, by the microphones automatically being turned on. I don't know how. And the police have also been accessing people's ring doorbells and to surveil the neighborhoods, saying that it's for the greater good because we are stopping crime. Yet I really think that they're just surveilling people to see what they're doing. It's just another form of authoritarianism, and it's just another jump forward into, they call everybody Nazis, but it's exactly what the Nazis were doing back in the day. They just didn't have, if the Nazis had the internet, the Nazis would have buried everybody. They would have just destroyed everybody. They would have shut everybody down. This is just sickening, actually. And we're going to continually allow this to happen. And I mean, it's not just China. We have England with all their CCTV facial recognition things, and there's somebody who's walking through, they did not want to get checked. He pulled his hood over his face. The police swarmed him. And when he told them to basically screw off, they gave him a 90-pound ticket for public disturbance because he didn't want to get his face taken. And then they came online saying, it's not, we're not going to charge people crime if they don't want their face taken. It was just he was disorderly. Well, why did they surround him? Okay, why did they go around him? And that's over in England. It's just, this is unbelievably unconstitutional in this country, and we're already looking at just other cities and states doing this under the guise that it will keep you safer. And it's just another way of keeping watch on every single one of us and making us, just conform. And the more cameras that you put around, you're doing the government's job for them. You're showing that they're letting them tap into your systems. You're giving, when you go on an app and you give them access to your camera, give them access to your contacts, give them access to your messaging. What do you think's happening? And people are like, oh, we already know this is happening. But you're just not getting it. You're not going to understand until they totally just come over and know everything and take over everything that's in your life. They're controlling you right now without you knowing. And it sounds like a conspiracy theory, and I know everybody's is going to look at me like you're a fool, you don't know what you're talking about, but this is truly happening. And you can just tell if they're doing it in China, they're doing it here. It's just China is so brazen that they're just basically going to tell their people to do it, because what are the people going to do? Over here, we have something called the Constitution. So they just hide it until we find out, just like the NSA did with Snowden. And then, and we find out more about this stuff because you got WikiLeaks, and what he's thrown in jail too. Yeah, granted, he was throwing out stuff that he shouldn't have been throwing out there, but he did show us what was going on. And that should be an eye-opener. And look at the surveillance they did on our president. Same thing. Surveilling him, hiding it, showing that they could do whatever they want to do, picking and choosing who they wanted to even convict, where one person can be breaking the law all over the place, and they're dubbed as the best person in the world, and they can do no wrong. Yet somebody who's barely done anything can be thrown in jail or can be arrested because they didn't speak on the narrative that the investigators wanted them to speak on. I'm just putting out this warning, and I don't do this much, but the Chi-Coms, as people call them, the Chinese communists, they're starting something that's going to, if successful, going to be implemented in this country, I'd say by the next 10 years. Usually have a 10-year implement. And it'll start over in California because they're the most liberal state in the whole country, communist state in the whole country. And then it'll slowly start ripping through here. And within 10 to 15 years, we're going to be under the same surveillance. And we're going to welcome it because under the guise of safety. Well, those of us who want to welcome it. And I know there's a lot of you out there who probably would want this, namely the younger kids, because you don't understand what it would be like to be underneath a government like this, where they're watching you, where people call them Big Brother, but it's basically you have no freedoms, and whatever freedoms you think you have, the government controls them and watches them, and if you don't do exactly what they say, you're going to lose everything that you have, and you're going to be made to be poor, and you're going to be made to have nothing until you totally conform to what the government wants. And that's pretty much what the socialist Democrats want. Not so much the classic liberals. Okay, there's classic liberals. There's people out there who actually do believe in America. But the social Democrats and also the extreme Republicans. There are extreme Republicans who would like to do this under the guise of safety, but it's still the same thing. And government is weak. And you just have to... Liberty's the way to go. And when we first made this nation, we didn't make it under the guise of it was freedom for all, and it was liberty and justice, and they looked at the citizens as the light. We were the ones who were supposed to be respected and not so much controlled by an authoritarian government that was created by the king. And nowadays it's gone backwards. And the employees that we vote into office who should be serving us, we seem to be serving them. In other words, the inmates are running the asylum, or the employees are running roughshod over the boss. And in any company I've ever been in, you fire the employee who doesn't conform to what you want to do, because they're being paid by you. It's just, America has got to wake up. And the people who call themselves the woke culture are the most asleep. They're not awake. What is woke? People have been asleep for a long time. They fight change. They hate what they can't understand. and they'd rather demonize people who speak truth. And slowly but surely, we're going into the authoritarian way of life, even though we're living in America. We're still controlled by facets of our government, and they still dictate who and what you are because you choose to let them control you in a country that is greater than that. Just think about it for a while. Just watching all the propaganda news on TV and watching all the, Fox News saying one way, MSNBC saying the other way, CNN saying this way, then you put it on all the newspapers and they're just crying foul for this, and other newspapers are saying that, and when we bomb a nation, they want to go straight to war. Other ones want to not go to war. Other ones are demonizing stuff. And it's just, the propaganda news will destroy you because we forgot how to think for ourselves, and we focused on groupthink, no matter if it's good or bad. And I just weep for a nation that's becoming a nation of sheep instead of a nation of shepherds. We used to be top notch. Everybody strived to be us. And now we're just trying to follow what other people are doing, thinking that it'll be better. And I just don't understand anymore. And every single day we watch society crash and burn in front of us. We watch homelessness get worse. We watch people losing everything they have. And then, things get better, and when things start getting better in the economy, one side wants to make it crash and burn so it fits the narrative that they have. They have a bunch of people fighting for something that's actually going to destroy them. And biblically speaking, that's exactly what we were warned about in the end times, to where, when Christ said they do not know what they're doing, these people do not know what they're doing. And they're physically destroying themselves. And it's just like back in the days of Noah, where these people were just straight evil. And it was said it would be like in the days of Noah. So we're watching this stuff happen. It's coming to fruition. People say that, take the mark. Well, the mark's already out there. And slowly but surely, these woke individuals, as they call themselves, have chose to receive the mark and live and follow the wrong path. We got to have something better. There's got to be something better, but we all know that's not going to happen. Things will get worse because people are ignorant and they don't want to move forward and change the narrative. They want to repeat the 1930s and 40s. They want to repeat what started World War II. They want to repeat what the Empire of Japan did, and what the Empire and what the government of Adolf Hitler and Nazis did, and what Stalin did. They want to continually just repeat this stuff. And those regimes killed millions of people and controlled with an iron fist and made them suffer. Yet we want to keep going to that system because we believe that the word free is real. Nothing's free. Nothing is free in this world. Nothing. not even to those who think they're receiving it. It's not free. Signing off.